Go.
Hi, hello. Now, before I start this, I would just like to say that I love Disney. I've grown up with Disney, all my life. However, when I grew up, I kind of realized a lot of these princesses are idiots. And by idiots and by princesses, I mean the white ones. I'm not racist. I love white people. They're awesome. But, you know, they were pretty stupid. And a lot of people make this a race thing, or, they say the white princesses went through stuff too. It wasn't just, the ethnic princesses that had to do stuff. Wrong. So, this is kind of just a why all the white princesses are idiots video. Let's start with Snow White. Now, most people say, oh, Snow White had it so rough. She had an evil queen mother, and, she had to go through the forest. Oh my gosh, it was so hard for her. No, not really. You were still a princess. You had, some pretty nice clothes. You had servants to do stuff for you. Okay, you had, dirty outfit in, the first 5 minutes of the movie. Don't act like you're not a princess and you can't just switch into something else. And you weren't doing work. You were singing to birds. You don't have it rough. Okay, yeah, your mom, wanted to kill you. She didn't even do it. She had some huntsmen. And he didn't kill you. He sent you into the forest, which you were in for about 45 seconds. And then you fell asleep or started crying or something. And then the animals took care of the rest for you. They guided you to a house, fully furnished, with all your little manservants. Yeah. Then you fell asleep because you ate that apple, which you ignored them when they said no strangers, not even your house, and you're letting people in. I'm sorry, you're stupid. You're dumb. It wasn't a hard life. If you just listened to the rules, nothing would have happened. And then you didn't even defeat her. The little people did. So what, and then you wake up to a hot prince. I don't understand what was so hard about your life. I really don't. So anyone who said Snow White had it tough, no, denied. Next, we'll, go on to Ariel. Everyone's just like, oh, it was so precious. She gave up her voice, and it was so rough because, she had to get used to land things. Let's backtrack. Ariel, you wanted to give up your whole family, everything you love, and your voice for someone you've never had a conversation with. You saw him once on a boat. He could have been gay for all you know. Then you just gave up everything for what? To be gay? I don't understand, Ariel. You blew my mind with that one. Also, if anyone noticed, in the end, her father just gave her her legs. Hey, Ariel, wouldn't it have saved you and us a good hour and a half if you would have just did that in the first place? You wouldn't have had to go through the whole losing your voice, having to battle Ariel's little witch Ursula thing. You could have just said, hey, Dad, I'm in love with someone I've never met in my life. You were kind of right in telling me not to love him because they eat us. They eat fish. I can understand where her dad is coming from. But, whatever. He could have just given you your legs. But you just didn't do it. So, no, you didn't have it rough, Ariel. You were just stupid. Don't even get me started on Sleeping Beauty. She was asleep the whole movie. Anyone who says she had it rough, they can go somewhere. I don't even want to spend time on this because we shouldn't. She was just stupid. And asleep. And unconscious. The entire movie. Now let's go on to Belle. Oh, she's so smart. She reads books. No, actually, you're pretty stupid as well. When she was locked in that dungeon, she did not have it rough. Oh, she couldn't see her wacko father anymore. That's so sad. Hey, Dad, how about you come visit her? Hey, Belle, you do know there are windows you could climb out of. You do know there are doors you can walk out of. So you agreed. It was a verbal agreement. With your book smart, I'm pretty sure you could have easeled your way out of something. But I guess you only read, other fairy tales about Snow White and her, special self. But you didn't read law books or anything. You just read about fairy tales. So you weren't smart enough to realize, hey, while he's sleeping, I'm going to climb out this window. Hey, when he's not looking, I'm going to scream and run out this door and find my daddy. And then he turned into a cute prince anyway. So yeah, you had it so rough. Just so rough, Belle. No, y'all didn't have it rough at all. Y'all didn't have to go to the army like Mulan. You didn't have to be a frog half the movie like Tiana. You didn't have to, like, be a slave to Hades like Meg. You didn't have to do any of that stuff. You didn't have to be an outcast like Esmeralda, who, by the way, Meg and Esmeralda aren't even, like, brought up in Disney anymore. They don't even show them at all. Which brings me to Tangled. I'm sorry, I don't like you. You want to know why? Because we finally got our black princess, and she's overshadowed by Tangled, who they purposely made her come out like 3 minutes after Princess and the Frog. And everyone's like, oh, she's so brave, and she went on an adventure, and she had it so rough because she was locked in a tower. You colored! You colored! That's so rough. You have to sit in a tower and color and read books. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? And your hair was 20 feet long. Your mom got out of the tower using your hair. I'm pretty sure you could have gotten out of the tower. You did actually get out of the tower using your hair. So no, you were also just stupid. You're stupid. You guys want to make all these excuses for these white princesses when they're just dumb. They really are. I love them to death, but they are stupid. And Disney should not be endorsing this at all. That if you're pretty, you can do whatever you want, because it'll just all work out in the end. You can ignore your dad's wishes. You can just do whatever. Nothing matters except that you're pretty. Like Cinderella. They didn't have a conversation at all. They just danced, and she was pretty. Who also did not have it rough at all. If she would just stick up to her stepmom and be like, this is my dad's house. You can see your way out. None of this would have happened. Like, and the animals did everything for you. Like, I'm sorry. The animals made your dress. The animals helped you with your chores. You had friends. Okay, yeah, there were animals, but you did not have it that rough, Cinderella. And if you would just stick up for yourself like you did in the second movie and the third movie, if you watch them, she has balls in those movies. Like, she just grew some gigantic balls and is sticking up for herself and talking back to people and doing this and that. And I was like, yeah, yes. If all the other princesses would have did that, then their movies would have been like 5 minutes, I admit. But, you know, hey, now you see what our minorities have to go through. And we barely get recognition. Like Pocahontas, she stood up to her family, she was a leader, and she did this just to not get the man in the end. So, all you white princesses, you can go somewhere. Ethnic people, yeah. You can call me a little racist. I might be. But, yeah. And that's all I have for you today. Tune in next week for another awesome video. You stay beautiful now.